a transformational phase. This new era of Startup 2.0 is being shaped by young entrepreneurs who are redefining business models through technology, sustainability, and inclusive innovation. From AI and deep tech to purpose driven enterprises, these trailblazers are reshaping industries, creating jobs, and strengthening India's global competitiveness. Today, we are pleased to have with us Mr. Jay Kumar Dave, founder and CEO of Epilogue Softtech Limited, called as Founders Cafe, a tech company delivering high quality digital solution to global clients. He is currently leading the development of API, a game changing rental space and service marketplace app that's all set to revolutionize the way we connect, book, and access rental space and services. Thank you all for joining us today. We look forward to your engaging and insightful session today. Over to you, Jaji.
Thank you, Akshadji, for your warm welcome, and I would like to express my sincere gratitude towards ISFA for inviting me into this webinar, and it's been an absolute honor for me to share my insights on the startups, how because we ourselves and a startup and we are experiencing how it's going and how India is shaping towards the new technology and how new things are happening. And it's been an absolute pleasure for me to engage with the audience here. So thank you for allowing me to speak today and giving this opportunity to part of this webinar. I would like to take access to share my screen, Akshadji, if that's possible. I would like to share a PPT which I have prepared to share my thoughts about the Startup 2.0, which is our topic. So,
You can
okay,
share your
so
PPTs.
yeah, I think I have the access and I'm sharing my screen. I hope you can see my screen there.
Yes, is it visible to us?
All right, perfect, thanks. So, well, today I'm going to talk about Startup 2.0 and how the next generation of entrepreneurs are rewriting the business rules. Now, when we talk about Startup 2.0, of course, we all want to know about Startup 1.0. What was the 1.0 and how are we calling 2.0 here? I'll come to that shortly. Before that, I would like to give a little introduction about this presentation. So here we're going to cover certain points like where we are with the current technologies, how new technologies and the revolutions in terms of AI, machine learning and all have helped businesses grow rapidly, and also helping the small businesses to take a chance and dream big. So if I give a short brief about the evolution, the 1.0 era prioritized rapid and unsustainable scale fueled by the VC and the internet. It was the time. The shift to 2.0 now emphasize on the purpose, community, and transparency, utilizing the AI and mobile technologies, and also going towards the sustainable growth. So the importance of adapting to new age entrepreneurship models. Now, adapting provides resilience for agility in fast markets and a competitive age. It builds deep loyalty and attracts talent, funding, while AI drives powerful, cost effective operations and efficiency. Now, the good question here is what was the Startup 1.0? What was the origin? So now we all know, like I'm 86 born, and we all know pretty much, if you think about like broadly, in 1990s, we had that dot-com boom where pretty much everyone wanted to go online and, build their website and, or start their e-commerce business and all. So at that point of time, the focus was on technology and innovation. It was funded by VCs and angel investors. The emphasis on rapid growth and scalability, it was there. The key features of Startup 1.0, what happened at that time was like it was tech-centric business models mostly. As we remember, e-commerce and software was in boom. often prioritizing growth and profitability. Examples like Google, Amazon, Facebook in their early days. So, what I mean by growth and profitability at that point of time, more businesses, like all these online businesses, were more towards getting more customers, having a broader customer base versus having a daily sales generative. So it was at that time where scaling the business and reaching out to the common people was one of the big thing with the dot com. That was the revolution, and people recognized the power of being online. An offline brochure was then an online website. So it was a great game changing experience for people who were getting educated and learning about the new technologies, programming and all. And then what happened with the impact of Startup 1.0? So it disrupted traditional industries like retail, media, finances. We all know everything pretty much went online. The news articles and all things like the blogs and everything started happening. It created new market opportunities, of course, and the new markets as well, because now a local, a newspaper was being read by somewhere in the deep south, or in the north and all. So things were getting exchanged easily because of the internet and the dot com things, the websites. Still there were some challenges and limitations. So the failure rate was also high because many dot coms failed in 2000s. We all know like dot com is a powerful thing, but we also know like internet comes with a certain cost, and you have to market yourself to reach out to your target audience and all. So many people started with it, but they failed into marketing, and they probably did not get the insights of how to reach to their target audience, or how to exactly hammer onto the market where they want to reach. It again, like, it often prioritized the growth and sustainability of the business, which probably the traditional business model we had, we wanted to have a business being revenue generating pretty much every single day, and that was not happening just because of getting online. So people wanted to get the revenues come faster, but just going online was also a cost. So again, limited focus on social and environmental impact was also one of the challenge at that time. Now that brings us to the current time where we are. The dot com boom and all, that was the initial phase of the internet and how the technology was growing. So many things were automated even at that time, like softwares had automated our HR process, softwares had automated our payroll process, softwares had automated our education process, so many things. So but then again, those were to be handled by people only. The manual intervention was still there, and so much of manual intervention was needed in every software. So a lot of data entry and all things were needed. And then we are here in the current era where even the manual interventions are limited. Now things are automated even with the machines themselves. Now when you think of payroll and all, things are automated enough that you get notifications before time, on time, and things are getting done, uh, and notifying you even before you think of them, and you do not have to memorize everything. So that's where the 2.0 version of our startups, the technology revolution, is standing. Now if you think about a little more, so what is happening now? There is an increased focus on social and environmental responsibility. The young people are socially and environmentally responsible now when they are doing anything or starting anything. We see a lot of agriculture startups. We see a lot of environmental friendly startups coming, eco-friendly startups coming, waste management startups coming. So there is a good impact which is happening, but again, they are not just into their core, they are also utilizing technology at its greatest usage, so that they can reach out to people and educate them what they are doing, and how they can connect with their target audience and all. So it's not just what they are doing at their core business, but they are using the technology in a way where they are able to share their message to people who they want to share their message. Now again, like I mentioned, it's the rise of digital technologies. Cloud, AI, and mobile technology has made so many things so easy for us. Earlier when we had the servers in our big server rooms and all, Now that is shifted into cloud, and so many things are now even more easy. You do not have to spend too much to get a server, because you can buy any cloud server and you just have to pay your subscription, and a limited server cost, and servers are again managed by the experts, so their uptime is very high now. In fact, better than what it was with your traditional in-house servers. Now, the investors and customer expectations are also changed with the current era, with the new startup policies, and with the new startup things. Everyone wants their business to be banging on to the financials right from the day you launch it. So even investors are looking at how much revenue they can generate with your business, how quickly they can generate the revenue from your business and take their exit and all. At the same time, customers are expecting a high level of customer support for themselves as well. Now, again, with that, new opportunities and challenges emerged that leading to the evolution of startup models. When we talk about these things, we can always think of the young age startups. Earlier, we were having like the e-commerce. Now we are more towards the marketplaces, where everything is at one collective app, at one collective website, and you like to buy things from one place and take all the customer service, take all the management from one place and get your things sorted. Now, again, there are so many things which are emerging, and the biggest thing which comes into my mind is the community driven growth and purpose led branding. Now, everything we know, like how we are targeting our customer and all, in fact, we are moving towards the community style of business. Think of buying a shoes, and you get to see a lot of advertisement of shoes from different marketplace companies who are leading the market, like Amazon, Flipkart, whatever. So they all have created their advertisement and branding strategy in a way where you search for something and you get the you know the options for different brands for your search. Now that's where they are also working on building different communities where what type of people buy what type of items at what type of time, etc. Thinking of festivals, thinking of the new things happening in the world and all, and accordingly you get the suggestions to buy, to subscribe, to view. So your opinions are sort of getting an engagement with your sort of people, your sort of community is there. Now, the moment you like, you share something, you get in touch with the different people who are also in the same interest and all. So again, the community building, the community led and purpose led businesses are going high, and they are gonna go even higher when we see the new businesses coming in the market, because that's a revenue generation. Now again, AI and automation are now coming into operation. It was not just, I mean, it is not just the prediction anymore. AI is here. It's not just the image manipulation, it's not just the text manipulation. It is here to actually create the images, it is here to actually create the text, it is here to actually create your opinion. So it is not just the prediction, it is now imagining what you probably want to hear. So again, building lean digital first organizations is one of the key things which we think of when we are starting up new business, and increase focus on sustainability and social impact. So let me talk a little more about the community driven and purpose led growth. A shift from traditional growth strategies to community centric approaches. Now, a good example is a community driven product development, example, open source projects, and the purpose led branding marketing are the sustainable products. So, building loyal customers based basis through the shared values, like I mentioned, you're gonna have a people, I mean a circle of people where what you like they also like, and that's how the big tech companies are creating their combination of audience and target customers and all. So leveraging community feedback and product improvement is what is leading towards the startup 2.0 and community led business and growth. Now, AI automation in startup operations. AI isn't that costly at the moment as the softwares were when they were launched in the 90s, early 90s, or everything was sort of very costly, and having a software in a small business was a big thing. It was sort of brand, like, a small business is having a software to manage their human resource, to manage their payroll, to manage their operations, supply chain, and all. So you have to be a big, or sort of a little bigger than a small company to get the software in your company. Now, with the AI automation and the open source softwares, it is not that sort of rocket science. Programming has become easier. Implementing software and educating people about software is not a big deal now, because now you get a lot of open source and free softwares which you can implement in your startup right from the day one. Example, human resource and all, even at certain level the supply chain and all. In fact, you really do not have to pay for the entire software. You can buy it on subscription base or user base, monthly base, annual base. So all you have to take care of your data, and then you even have competitive softwares where you can migrate data later on and scale bigger and grow bigger. So software and AI automation is obviously a game changing for small businesses, even to start with. And having a software is always a good thing, because you get to take control of your business through a software is such an amazing thing. So there are certain applications nowadays like chatbots, the personalization options and the predictive analytics and all. So the chatbots and all, like, these have handled your customer care up to a certain level and made it so easy. Even the small businesses now can afford to have a chatbots and give their customers some sort of satisfaction when they are trying to deal with their customer support, or they want to raise any query, or talk about any particular product, or even inquire about the sales and all. Now the owners are having pretty much a lot of control when they are using these chatbots or other personalization options, etc. Again, the predictive analytics available using AI and all, you get to see the market research in the most easiest way possible nowadays by using certain AI tools. You just need to go to the Google or chat GPT or wherever and search for your sort of market, and whatever tools you'll get to see there, they'll definitely help you analyzing your sort of market, and what you may be forecast you may be forecasting for your sales and your business growth. So again, coming to the point, AI and automation technologies like machine learning automate complex tasks. They significantly boost startup speed and efficiency by powering tools like chatbots and predictive analytics. Now, what is building lean yet powerful digital first organizations? We all know, like, we may start a small, a general store, but then we also need to know a little bit of technology now, at least to, make our store go online also, so that we can increase our sale. Think of, again, a shoe store, or maybe any other clothing store. You are selling to your offline customers which are there in your area, but you can sell to a limited audience when you are selling offline. So you're also selling your items to Amazon, Flipkart, or different marketplaces to increase your sale. And the good part of this is that they are handling all the logistics and your the billing and everything there. So you definitely get a lot of convenience with that, and a broader and a bigger market to sell your items and make sometimes more profit, and sometimes at least sustain with your business. So building lean yet powerful digital first organizations are pretty much the need of the time now. Having, when we talk about the tech companies, having a remote people to work for your project is one of the greatest example of how technology is helping people to get things done. Again, cloud-based tools are no rocket science. These are one of the big game changers when you're thinking of starting a new business. Agile development methodologies, now you do not have to go step by step. You can skip certain steps and get to the right step or the most beneficial step first, and then come back to the previous steps which were missed, which were not the showstopper. So having agile development methodology is obviously a big thing with the new startups, and so many startups are using it already because they know what they want to achieve, what they are here for, and they are targeting directly what they are trying to do now. So again, there are so many benefits of using the technology driven startups or technology driven business. You get a lot of quick options to scale your business. Again, you have the flexibility to work as whenever you want to work, and it is a quicker time to reach to your target audience and market. So now, if I talk about a small case study, like example of startups leveraging these models. Now, community-driven growth, the great names we see as the Airbnb and GitHub and all, they all have their communities. In fact, thinking of the digital mediums now, Netflix, Prime, and all, they all know what you like to see. So they have understood your pattern of watching content, and now they are suggesting you what you probably want to watch next, and what your choices are, or what you may want to see as a different choice from what you generally see. So across marketing as well as the straightforward marketing, both are helping understand the pattern of the customer. So AI powered operations are here, uh, and companies like Netflix, Uber are using that in a mass level. Now, before I come to the conclusion, is a small presentation about how startups are doing and all. And before we go and conclude, like how the new age technology and startup 2.0 is leading towards better business model, and not just better, but pretty much convenient and easy business modeling. Uh, we should not forget how the traditional businesses were and where we are with the startup, and probably what's the difference between the traditional business and a startup. Why do we call a startup? I mean, end of the day, we all want to earn money. We all want to make some money through our business. So what's the point of spending years in building a business and making no money and call it a startup and waiting for VCs or investors to come in and then back your business to grow, and then all of a sudden make it a news and call it a big business. So what's the point? And if you think about a startup versus traditional business, now startup are not a startup if they are missing certain elements, and one of the biggest element is the innovation. uh, we all have solved a lot of problem in our lives, but we cannot conclude that all the problems are sorted now, and there are new problems. There are a lot of problems. In fact, we see pretty much every day around us. So that's where the startups come in, and they come with certain innovative solutions to the common problems or the mass level problems which should be fixed, and which helps people to make their life more easy and convenient. So when we talk about startups, innovation is one of the prime uh, topic in every startup. It has to be there. So they have to focus on innovative products or services, and traditional businesses were more focused on established model. So when you're selling, a red chilies, and that's a product which pretty much everyone wants, and you're selling the raw red chilies, that's a business. That's a great business. You'll make a lot of money because that's what people need. But if you're selling something where you're selling it according to the need of kind of your people, or your community and all, and you're making it with some sort of difference with the life, then it comes into selling chilies again, with some sort of innovation there. uh, Again, the growth, startups aim to a rapid growth, uh, and scalability as well. It's not like you just need to reach out to your market, but you also think of how your business will scale into different verticals and take the entire market under one umbrella. So that's where the startups come into the picture, where they have a bigger vision, uh, bigger imagination to reach out to bigger audience. While the traditional businesses may prioritize the stability and steady growth, they take slow growth. But again, traditional businesses are also high revenue generation. They obviously do not take a lot of outside money, so they grow a little slow, but then they become generational business as well. Now, the risk in the startups are higher than any other, traditional business, because in traditional business, generally the money is yours, and if you lose the business, then you lose your money or maybe just your loan. But in the startups, uh, different entities have invested in you, so the risk is higher, and you have to perform, and you have to be more energetic and perform well to get your startup work well and reach and meet the vision. Now, again, funding is one of the big thing when we talk about the startups. Generally, like I mentioned, traditional businesses are self-funded. Startups are where VCs or angel investors have funded into the business, and that's where the startups grows rapidly than the traditional business, because they are backed with huge amount of money. So if there is a good idea, if there is some innovation, if there is something which makes life easy for people around you or in the globe, then the startups make a lot of sense. And so many new young age startups are trying to understand these needs. For example, like think of a traditional business which is selling an AC, but can we think of selling an AC which can operate without compressor, but it still gives you the same sort of cool, or same sort of air conditioning, solar and all. So there are so many opportunities still available. There are so many innovation are still pending to be achieved. So startup 2.0 is here, not just using the softwares to manage people, but to use softwares to manage people in a more efficient way and get to the vision, get to the real core business faster than ever. Because any business we do, there are people, there are man force, there are uh, the power of mind is involved. So we have to manage everything, and that's where these new technologies are helping. With that said, uh, I would like to conclude my presentation here, and before I end up with this presentation, I would just like to share a little bit about our startup also, which is with the name RP, as Akshatji rightly mentioned. It's an revolutionary marketplace app which we have built, and that app is currently on Google Play Store and Apple App Store, that allows people to list their creative spaces for short-term activities. Given an example, if you have a backyard, a good garden, which probably you do not utilize every day, but you do not even want to rent it out on a a commercial basis all, but you still want to rent it out hourly basis sometimes, or share it with your type of community only. You probably just want to rent it out for short term 3 hours birthday parties or kitty parties only, then you can list it into our app. At the same time, it also allows the talents to list themselves, like guitarist, the artist, the photographer, the architects. These sort of people can list themselves into the app, and soon once we market them, and they'll be seen by their nearby people or people who in remote looking for these sort of things, they'll be able to find them with the app. So again, this is a marketplace, and with that said, I would like to thank ISFA, Akshat ji, for allowing me to present all that. Over to you, Akshat ji. Thank you, everyone. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Jaji, for your detailed presentation, and I am very much sure it's a very informative session you are given, and the very detailed presentation to our audience. and they are definitely get a benefit of this. And we have a two question in our Q&A box, if you can able to see that. Are you able to find that questions?
I see one question from Madan Vaishnava. Uh, that question is
Ha-
about uh, is environment is not included. ESG is a buzzword nowadays. Societal and governance you have covered. So, if it is about my personal opinion, environment is a big thing, and I'm personally a big like I favor where people cover environment into their into their startups, and I think startups are actually covering it a lot, because if we look at the young generation, people who are doing work, they are thinking of letting their waste to be managed properly. In fact, there are so many startups which are coming into the picture where they are handling the I mean, they are handling the digital waste or other waste, and further recycling it and making things more environmental friendly. ESG is again a buzzword for sure. I would not argue about that, but environmentally awareness is one of the big thing and a big challenge for such a big country like ours. We have to be more careful. We have to be more aware about how are we helping our nearby nature, our environment to be more uh, healthy for us. So anything and everything we do, but we also should be taking care of the nature around us, maybe having some sort of plantation, or having these sort of campaigns to be run by either us or the nearby NGOs or community. We must push them. So I won't argue that ESG is a buzzword. It is, in my personal opinion, yes, it is. No one is probably following the guidelines. However, that's our social responsibility to follow. So I don't know who to blame for that.
Okay, next question is from Ajifa. The question is, what are the limitation in using the AI oblique automation tools in businesses? And second question of Ajifa's is how to overcome or tackle the customer's dissatisfaction when AI fails to give an efficient output.
So, well, the limitations in the AI automation tool in the business is, I think, still there are so many hallucination problems, and AI. If you are thinking of asking question to AI about all your problems, then there are limitation. But if you are talking to AI about the automation of your business and getting solution to how faster you can reach out to your target audience, or the market research, the prediction of the sort of target audience and all, then I think AI is a very healthy tool. It is definitely gives you it definitely gives more detailed information than what we were able to find on Google early days. So limitations of AI are getting, in fact, reduced day by day. So it depends on what sort of questions we ask to the AI. So then the limitations are pretty much in everything. But if we think of asking solutions to AI on the business growth and the target audience and all, AI is a great tool. And automation tools, be it your email marketing automation tool, be it your WhatsApp marketing automation tool, be it any other automation tool, your supply chain, your the day by day HR management automation tool, and all leave management tool. Automation tools are incredible, and they are getting better and better every day. So again, handling the customer dissatisfaction using AI, uh, it's about how you train your chatbot. So there are so many free chatbots available on market these days. It depends on how you want to handle your customer. First of all, we need to keep this thing clear in our mind, how we want to handle our customers and how we would like to answer their inquiries when they are dissatisfied. And this is the right way to train our AI, our chatbot, to tackle our customer, because we know a pattern, because we know our product. And if we know what sort of problems our product may have, and we should be prepared for that when customer gives the dissatisfaction about that. And the same way we have to train our AI tools to answer them on these sort of queries which we want to address to our customer. So first of all, I guess if there is a fault in our product, I guess the best way is to apologize and then improvise our product and give them some sort of gift, a consolation gift to our customers, where they remain with us and understand the technical issue or the process issue with the product, but they still remains our customer. I guess that's the big thing. So we probably going to have to train our chatbots in a same way, where if there is a fault in our product, we accept it. If there is a fault in their understanding, we are able to educate them. If there is a fault in our process, we are able to address it. So I guess that's probably the way to handle AI chatbots or even our customer care support. I hope that answers.
Yes, thank you very much for answering the questions. And I am sure because we received only two questions, so other participants are much clearer with your presentation. Otherwise, we after the session, we will share the epilogue API company brochure along with the contact detail. So you guys can directly reach out to Mr. Jay with their contact details for your any query or any tie-up for related to his business. And if you reach out to us, we will also connect you with him directly. That's not a problem. And thank you very much, Jaji, for your valuable time and insight. Thank you, audience, for joining us today. And we look forward many more engagement in future as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Akshat ji. Thanks a lot, everyone. Have a good day.